Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Showboat's Tower. Um, so, before we set sail into the main voyage of today's episode, I got a couple of announcements straight from Discord. So, first up is the Pentagon. Um, so, the developers just teased version 27, and all they really did was link the Pentagon. They didn't really give us much else to work off. Um, so we know that's coming in the next update. They said mid to late August. So maybe one or two more episodes of the series, and then that version 27 will hit. And anyways, the developers just teased the Pentagon. So we really don't know anything about it. So my advice is don't change your strategy for something we know nothing about. If anything, it might be a good idea to start saving some gems. I'm stashing my gems, like a captain hiding treasure for a stormy day. So this way, when it comes out, I'll be ready for, whatever this five-sided mystery brings. I might rush a couple more labs because, I know that I might buy a couple more modules. But I know that we have, like 2 weeks, maybe 4 weeks to save up. So I don't mind spending a little bit now, but I will probably end up saving. Okay, so now for the real treasure news. It looks like the official store is now live. I'm going to put the link here. It's also going to be in the description. But I did want to tell you guys about the website. Because this is the official one. And so if you wanted to buy stuff for the game earlier, you had to use, some players will know Xsola. But now you use this website, and everything you can buy in game, like the ad packs, like milestones, you can buy everything there. Pretty much everything you can buy in game, like the event passes. But I did want to let some of you viewers know that there is something you normally can't buy in the game. So if you don't know, if you know, you know, but if you don't know, you could buy 5 stone packs a month. That's pretty incredible. I didn't know about this for the longest time when I was playing this game. Like, I think I've almost played this game for like a year now. And I just found out recently you can buy 5 stone packs a month on these websites. So if you compare that to in-game, where stone packs only appear once every 2 weeks and they're only available for like 3 days, on this website you can buy those packs 5 a month, and that's in addition to the 2 that you buy in-game. So I will post that there. And hey, if you're watching this and you're thinking, well, I've got no one to give stone packs to, think again, because you've got me. We're shipmates to the end. So if you want to support the channel, you can always drop my player ID when you make a purchase. I'll be posting that here. But that's your captain's log for today. So let's dive into the real meat of this voyage. And it looks like I am making a lot more coins now. So the last episode I was making like 88 trillion coins per run. Oh wow, 260. So this is definitely my biggest progress jump in the series so far. I think that's due to how long the episode took to come out. I haven't been feeling well. I've also been working a lot, so recording this episode just took longer to get out than the other episodes. Real life happens. So I'm up to 260. So let's jump right into the menu and then talk about what changed. I like to talk about that every episode, so let's jump right into it. Alright, crew. The last time we set sail, the seas were steady and the wind was pretty fair. Progress was smooth, but since then we've caught a tailwind so strong it's blown the barnacles right off the hull. So let's show you what that's been up to, because we officially cleared tier 16 wave 100 and we unlocked Card Masteries. So now all these Card Masteries have this like bubble and they're all trying to get my attention. And my first haul was the recovery package card mastery. Um, so these card masteries, if you don't know, um, they cost ultimate weapon stones, as if they thought I was made of ultimate weapon stones. Um, but I unlocked these. Um, so once you spend the stones on them, you unlock the lab. You spend the stones on them once, and then you get access to the lab. So I've done that for recovery package chance. So if we just read this here, let's see what it does. Gives a package chance to also deliver a common module. Then it also unlocks the lab. So it looks like the chance is 1.2 right now, but that's because I've put 2 levels in lab. So when you spend stones on this, it gives you the first level, and then the rest of the benefit you will lab it. And so Card Masteries is like what I would consider endgame. I think endgame, like, that description changes for every player. Like, what is it, endgame to you really? For me, it's Card Masteries, because I think these upgrades are sort of like, I think they're the best upgrades, and then they're also like, they're gated by, like, you have to get to tier 16, wave 100, and I think that's like one of the last milestone unlocks you'll do for the lab. You also have like battle condition reductions, but we'll talk about that later when I get it. So yeah, I had Wave Accelerator open because that's probably the one I'm going to do next. I think that'll just really help my economy. This one increases the rate at which spawn rates increase. So if you ever notice, like, at the end of your run, enemies are like, spawning more frequently, you're getting a lot more money. It's not just because of the perks you're getting, it's sort of like how spawning works in this game. If you look at your spawn counter, the spawn rate does increase. So I'll probably go Wave Accelerator next when I'm able to afford it, and then we'll see where we go from there. But you guys know I like to tell you guys I'm a module guy, so I definitely had to go for recovery package chance first. People say that combo is just very strong with the Shatter Shards lab. Also something you're going to unlock in tier 16. But I wanted to tell you guys, because I know a lot of you guys are looking at these masteries like, wow, they look really good. Just like most things in this game, you need a certain level of economy to get it. So I was talking about in earlier episodes, I need at least 500 trillion a day. Well, we can see now I'm making like 250, 260 a run. That takes me like 12 hours. So if I run 2 of those a day, I'm making that 500 trillion a day. That's what they say you need to start the masteries. And let's show you what they're talking about. So I'm just going to blow past the lab for a minute. So this is what I'm talking about. The first levels of this mastery cost like 1 quadrillion, and then it was like 1.3 quadrillion, something like that. Now it's costing me 1.8. So you can see that I only have 1 unlocked, and I really can't afford it. Like, it's going to cost me like 4 days of saving. So I am trying to save for it, but I just wanted to explain like just how expensive those labs are, because like, even if you have the ability to get to tier 16 and wave 100, if you aren't building a solid economy, you're going to have a really tough time with labs. And so I've been trying to do the modules for long-term progression, but my secondary has been economy. So if you take a look at my labs, like, of course I have lab speed going, and my module stuff, so like Shatter Shards, and now the recovery package chance for the mastery. So the more packages I'm getting, it means the more modules I'm getting as well. But you notice I have coins per kill going again. I have labs coins discount going again. This is just to help me get mastery levels at a reasonable rate, because I think those are going to be like, just massive return on investments. They're made to be the best return on investments in the game. But if you can't afford them, so you can't afford them. So I'm going to try to increase the lab coin discount and my coins per kill. And I hope you guys stick around because I was planning to introduce a new tool that I use personally. So last episode I introduced what tier should I farm tool. This episode I'm going to see if I can introduce the effective path sheet. I'm not going to go too in depth on how to use it. I'm just going to show you guys it, and there are tutorials on how to use it. It's not that hard. It took me like an hour or two to set up. There's a lot of inputting you have to do, but once you do that, it'll tell you like what lab should you run, for 3 separate goals. Like if you have the goal to increase your defense, there's that goal, damage, that goal, as well as economy. But we'll go into that later. For now, let's just talk about what changed. So the modules have slowly been increasing. I haven't got any new roles on them. They're sort of the same. I want to take black hole duration off, but it's been really hard to get a good roll. I think I'm just going to wait maybe until, just be patient until the 141 substat opens up, because I've been working on my modules diligently, so I think these guys will get to a better state. So every episode I like to talk about my build, just for the viewers who don't watch every episode. But I use Multiverse Nexus to sync all of my ultimate weapons right now. They are going off every like 57 seconds. That's what I have my sync timer down to. I'm trying to bring it down to 50, but it's at 57 seconds. And I'm using Galaxy Compressor to further reduce the cooldowns. So every time I collect a recovery package chance, it reduces all my cooldowns, just again, giving value to recovery package chance. But I just want to let you guys know what build I'm using. Eventually I will switch into that black hole digester. I did do a test run. Let me just show you guys what that looked like. So here's the test run. So it looks like I lost 15% coins and cells. So it looks like I'm not really ready to use black hole digester. I'm just going to show you this guy real quick. So I'm not ready to do the switch yet. People say, well, you will end up using black hole digester. Looks like I'm not quite there yet. Maybe I just need a lot of people say, well, you need your golden bot to be synced with your ultimate weapon activations. Let's just scroll on over to what that looks like. So there's a new event we'll talk about in just a minute. My golden bot is at 76 seconds. My activations are at 57 seconds. So I'm a little bit of ways off of getting that golden bot synced to that 57 seconds, but I think when it gets there, then black hole digester will probably take over and, value. Okay, so you guys got to see what's going on in the lab, but let's show you guys what's going on in the workshop, or really what isn't going on in the workshop, because you know that those masteries are just so expensive. The workshop's kind of been dry docked for now, so I'll cruise through here just to show you like where I'm at in terms of enhancements. I already have my upgrades like where I want them. It doesn't really cost me much to max damage if I want it, or any other stat that I want. Health just takes a couple clicks, everything else is like fairly gold boxed. Wall health is the hardest one. I still spend, like the first 2,000 waves maxing level skips, but that's okay with me. The next part is the enhancements. This is sort of like where a lot of endgame players just sort of dump their coins. I have a lot of coins that I could put in here, but as you know, like those masteries are just so expensive. So that's why I've dry docked the workshop, not because it's been sinking, but because the mastery labs are really pricey. So like, just to give you some perspective, I have about somewhere between 7 and 8 quadrillion lifetime coins. So when they're asking me to spend, like 1.3, 1.8 quadrillion coins, that's like a seventh of my lifetime coins for a single level of the recovery package lab. Um, I mean, thanks to my lab upgrades and in my economy, it's just taking me like a couple days to farm that. But still, the workshop has been paused for the most part. And then let's cruise down to those ultimate weapons. So we love to look at these. So let's shame me for having a terrible chain lightning. Shame. But that's okay, I'll end up working on it soon, especially because now I've taken a pause to working on the damage upgrades. So like for the last couple episodes, you'll notice like still in tier 11. Like even at the start of this episode, I'm farming tier 11. I've been in tier 11 for the past like 3 episodes. And that's just because I'm not dying to keep going in the defensive direction. I do want to make a switch to the offensive direction now that I'm in Legends. So I will end up working on this chain lightning, so you guys can't shame me forever. But eventually, it will turn out pretty sweet. But for now, I've been working on those economy, golden weapon, the economy weapons. Death Wave is maxed. Last episode I talked about how greedy that was, but I did it. And then Golden Tower cooldown is maxed. Black Hole cooldown is maxed. But you're going to notice that golden combo has been worked on since the last episode, so it's very pricey now. It's like $13.50. I'm probably going to put a pause on that, but it's huge. So that's been a major factor in my economy. So I don't even want to call it golden combo anymore. Now I want to call it golden cannon because it's blasted my economy like 2.5 times higher. It's like going from a little motorboat to a nuclear-powered aircraft carrier. So the coins are rolling in, and I am charting waters I've literally never seen before with this economy. So I'm not regretting Golden Tower Plus at all. Again, I'm just following my effective path sheet, which we'll talk about later in the video. And it was very high up there, so I would recommend to the viewers, like, if you're close to getting access to Golden Tower, if you're thinking about getting Golden Tower, it's amazing. But anyways, so that's what changed. I did want to talk about this new event, camping. So before we set steer into the tier 12 storm, I want to talk about the event. We got the new event washing up on our shores. And this one's going to bring the smell of toasted marshmallows and crackle of a campfire, because we're going camping. And first off, the tower skin, looking a little less like a war machine and more like a dessert table. We got marshmallows on a stick, ready for a golden roast. And the background skin, it's a good vibe. Tents pitched around a campfire, tucked away in the great outdoors. It's the kind of scenery that makes you want to, just drop anchor and tell tales until the sunrise. So I'm digging it. Usually I don't use backgrounds because my phone can't handle it. It's not that great, but cool background nonetheless. I do use background sometimes, so I'm actually really looking forward to using that background. But let's talk relics, and this is where the real treasure lies for most of you. So whether you're like going damage, like this one just gives flat damage, critical chance, so those were 2 damage ones, or whether you're going defensive, you get the health. But there was one that my spyglass kind of locked onto, which was this 5% orb speed boost. So to most sailors, this just looks like a neat little buff, but if you've ever run an orbed base boss killer build, You probably know that extra speed could mean melting a boss before it even knows it's been spotted. It's like killing. It feels like, you know, nuking someone on your radar before they even know they're on your radar. So I was talking about the bounce web strategy. Um, I really don't know how this plays into it, but I do know that like orbs are like really effective later game when you have um, access to the keys. So like I'll show you what that looks like. I haven't earned any keys before, but this is the vault, and when you have keys, like you could spend stuff on here, and I haven't really explored this too much. Somewhere on here, there's supposed to be like a slider for your orbs. I think here it is. Workshop orb slider. Adjust the range where workshop orbs orbit the tower. So if you run a 30-meter range build, like I do, and then you try to put workshop orbs on your tower, they're gonna spiral at 60 meters out or like 70 meters out, like max range, even if you only have 30 meters of range, like I do. So if you have the slider, you can bring the orbs down into that 30-meter range where your extra orb sliders are from the cards, and it basically just makes your tower into like a blender. And then you lab the boss orb damage, where when bosses take damage from orbs, I think it's like up to 2% per orb. And then you install this guy. I'll show you this guy. Where is it? Chrono Loop. Looking for it. Yes, Chrono Loop Plus. So not only will they be slowed once this is built, but they will spiral towards the tower with a rotation rate. So they're like spinning towards the tower and just getting chewed up by your orbs. I am so excited to build that. But you know, that's, you know, it all requires stones. So eventually I'll get there. But this event was pretty cool. You know, whether you're here for the scenery, the loot, or, you know, marshmallows on a stick. I hope you didn't sleep on this event, because this one was worth docking for. This one was a new event. So, okay, let's just get into that tier 12 attempt, and then we'll show you guys the effective path sheet. I've been putting off this tier 12 attempt forever. I'm not really dying to see my tower get nuked and not go as far as I want it to. But, you know, that's kind of like the excitement of like going into new waters, you know. So let's test it out. Let's jump right into that. Let's just see where we go. Alright, crew. We've been clearing tier 11 for a while now, filling the coffers, strengthening the hull. But today we're going to sail right into that uncharted territory of tier 12. I've never made this voyage before. I did do it for the relic a while back, but I haven't attempted to ever farm this before. Every wave we clear is going to be sort of like discovering a new island on the horizon. So I have no idea how this is going to go, but hopefully we're going to plant a flag. So here's the first thing. I'm going to spend the first probably 2,000 waves just maxing enemy attack level skip, because as a defensive tower, skipping those attack levels, it's like dodging cannon fire before it even leaves the ship. So we're just going to keep working on that. Once that's maxed, we'll be putting some points into health level skip, just because it doesn't really do too much, but you know, like I don't really have too much to spend my money on. So that's just due to how cheap these health upgrades are. You know, like I could just gold box that right away. Wall health, this will take me a little while to max, but eventually that'll be like fairly cheap as well. Once I scale up a little bit into like the hundreds of waves, by the time I max attack level skip, it should be fairly cheap for me. So that's the plan. We got the cannons loaded, the sails are up. So we're pointing the bow towards the unknown, and I really don't know if we're going to reach safe harbor on this attempt. But I will let you know this: whether we win or sink, we will kind of know more about Tier 12 after this. So this will be on the board, and we will take a look at that and see how it compares. So I'm just going to chug along with the rest of this farm with that plan in mind. And then I will be prioritizing economy perks. So my mindset in that is that, well, if I'm not picking the economy perks, then I'm probably not ready to farm Tier 12. So we'll have to even see if my defenses can keep up with that. But we're doing the attempt, and I will just do a little time jump here after this. But that's the plan, and I will catch you guys in a bit, see where we're at. So it looks like we did our little time jump. I'm about to max enemy attack level skip. It took me quite a few waves, so like 1700 waves. And then I will start maxing enemy health skip and putting some points into the wall. Looks like so far I haven't had any issues, but that's kind of to be expected. I know I get like 9,000 waves in the tier before this one, so I don't know, I'm being optimistic, maybe I'll get like 5,000 waves. Okay, so we just maxed that, perfect. I'm just interested to see if putting off those defensive perks will let me get that far, because when I did the milestone run, I sort of selected all of my defensive perks first, because I wasn't even sure if I could get that far, so I'm going to be pushing those off. So like these are the perks that I went for first. So I prioritized perk wave requirement, game speed, my coins, my economy weapons, and then we got coins in there, cash, and then I've just kind of got it randomly picking other stats. I don't have that many auto picks right now. So we'll see how that goes. We'll probably end up doing another time jump. So I'll catch up with you guys later. I'll probably see you guys after this run and see where that takes us. All right. Tier 12 waters are pretty choppy. But we got further than I anticipated. I was guessing like 5,000 waves. We got like 53, 5,400. So we did take on water, but it looks like it wasn't as fast as I thought. The ship held for quite a bit, but those waves are merciless. So we charted the course, and we know where the reef is, so we know exactly where we're going to land the next time I try to farm this. It looks like I only earned half the coins, but it took me more than half the time. So it's probably a loss of like 10 or 20%. We'll see when I put it in the calculator. But that's totally fine, because there are some upgrades that should make this more farmable, like the masteries, like intro sprint. I might look into that one, but also wave accelerator. I was looking into that one as well. Those should make this more farmable. This way I don't have to do 12-hour runs if I don't want to. So that's enough for now. I want to talk about the effective path sheet. So a good captain never sails blind. So I like to brag about my ship has gotten bigger. It's catching a lot of wind. Well, a good captain needs the right equipment to chart your course, and for me that's the effective path sheet. It's free to use. I'm putting it in the description. I'm also putting a tutorial in the description. I'm just going to show you what it looks like. I just want you to think of it like a captain's compass, GPR, and a radar all rolled into one, because it's going to point you right to Prophet Island. So let me show you what it looks like, because it tells you your exact return on investment percentages for, as you can see on the left, laboratory research, in the middle, stone spent, and then even on the right, coins. And it shows you exactly how each of those investments will affect your, right now I have economy open. Let's show you damage. So you'll see I haven't installed damage on my tower, so the return on investment percentages are quite large, because I haven't really started this path yet. But I'm going to be doing that soon, so that's super exciting. And then let's go over to health, because I want you to see this one. This has health and regeneration, because you can't really spend stones on health. Like, you can get Death Wave with stones, but you can't really spend stones on more health. So again, one more reason why I'm moving away from the health build. Okay, so now that you see what that is, oh yeah, that's not all. The effective path sheet is packed with all sorts of navigation charts for you, like the golden bot upgrade path, and then the fetch upgrade path. If you, as of version 26, which is when this video came out, fetch is like the best module. So Gretch did it. She made fetch a thing, or Fuds did it. If you know, you know. It's a meme. But there's plenty more hidden goodies in this effective path sheet. I'll let you explore it out. It's sort of like opening a captain's log and finding pages of secret maps to, all your best effective paths. If you want to sail smarter and not harder, and keep your upgrades firing on full power, grab this sheet. I want you guys to have this. I'm not going to hold out on you. I will recommend that you follow the tutorial. I'd hate for any of you viewers to spend an hour putting in your stats and then it not work, and you're not really sure where you went wrong. So I use the tutorial. Let's go back to port again. So that was one of the most exciting voyages we've had yet. That was the biggest progress jump in the series. Card Masteries unlocked. The lab's now supporting those Card Masteries. Golden Tower 8 being increased quite a bit. And then that Tier 12 is now charted out. We know exactly where we're going to land when we farm that. But before I send you ashore, I did want to let you guys know the supporter wall is ready and waiting to fly the names of any shipmates who choose to back the channel. If you support me through the official store, your name will be up there at the end of every future episode as part of the permanent crew roster. But something for everybody, I just wanted to let you guys know, because the next episode we're going to talk a little bit more about it. We're going to talk a little bit about whaling in gaming. I'm talking about the big spenders. What they buy, why they do it, and how it kind of changes the seas for the rest of us. But we'll talk about that more next episode. I just wanted to summarize for you guys now that if you guys can, try to avoid buying gems. If you could buy other things than gems, such as stone packs, there's a reason you can only get 5 a month from the store. They're a far, far better catch than getting, say, gem packs. There's also the events, which have really good permanent rewards. New event. Let's check it out. Sunset fishing. Oh my. I've been waiting for this. Oh my god, yes. During an episode 2. Wow. Finally. You guys have no idea how much I wanted the skin. Oh my gosh, this is the Showboat skin. Well, I better do the outro because um, I'm ready to use the skin. I am ready to set sail on another adventure. So with that, I'm Showboat, and whether the waters are calm or stormy, you're always going to find me here at the helm. Until next time, crew, I will see you on the next voyage.